As E3 2019 is upon us and the leaks continue, excitement ahead of the show is a very different thing than it used to be. Now, as a gamer of over 25 years, I vividly remember reading the magazines about the very first E3 in 1995. Still video gaming's premiere show, E3 can bring joy, shock, surprise and even disappointment. But what if you could get an E3 show specifically made just for you, with the dream games that you want to see released? So, in no particular order, here is my top 5 Nintendo games that I would want to see at my very own E3. Number 1. F-Zero SX. Now this is hardly the most surprising Nintendo game that a fan wants to see, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't still want it. Shigeru Miyamoto famously said he didn't want Nintendo making new entries into established series that didn't introduce something new to the formula. But I think a portable online F-Zero game with 30-player lobbies, global leaderboards and championships, and downloadable content to keep people playing is by far enough new elements to bring to a modern F-Zero game. There's only so much Mario Kart 8 you can play, and gamers have long asked for at least a HD remake of F-Zero GX, and this would be the perfect opportunity to bring these new features into an F-Zero title for the Switch. Number 2. Metroid Prime U. Now I know the Wii U was put out to pasture a long time ago by now, but damn it, I still want a Metroid Prime game for it. The combination of HD visuals and a visor in your hands that you can manipulate independently is obviously a perfect place for the game, and I think it would have made far more sense to use these asymmetric controls for a Metroid game rather than the Star Fox one we got that generally disappointed fans. While I can be fairly sure this won't be announced, if I could have one gaming dream come true, it would be a Metroid Prime game for the Wii U. Number 3. ZombiU VR Deluxe. Thinking of all the amazing ports of Wii U games we've had on the Switch, one game that still hasn't received a port that I think really deserves it is the incredible Wii U launch title ZombiU. This deeply immersive horror game deserves far more attention than it received, and the release of Labo VR is an opportunity for a full VR version of the zombie classic. The port could be packaged with a head strap to help gameplay, and if a higher powered Switch Pro is released, like many are hoping for, then this would make an awesome surprise announcement and pack-in game to help target a new, more expensive platform at an older audience. I don't expect it to happen, but either way, ZombiU is a modern classic that I think would feel completely at home on the Switch. Number 4. The Sega Saturn Arcade Collection. One of my favourite Switch games is M2's phenomenal port of the seminal Sega AM2 game Virtua Racing. This was one of my arcade favourites as a child, and being lucky enough to grow up near the arcades where I could play the deluxe cabinet was awesome. Now Sega are always teasing us by saying that they're about to really take advantage of that enviable back catalogue they have, and in my dreams I would love to see a Sega Saturn collection announced for Switch. This collection would contain faithful Saturn ports of games like Sega Rally, Virtua Fighter 2 and Virtual Cop, all Model 2 arcade games that received great ports on the Saturn back in the mid-90s. Sega Saturn emulation has always been behind other platforms due to the complex nature of the hardware, but if anyone could pull this off then it would be M2, and they've already proven their ability at developing awesome ports of many other classic Sega games. Number 5. Switch Wars. Finally, my last dream Nintendo E3 game is a lot more realistic than the first 4 entries. After the success of Wargroove on the eShop, the time is definitely right for a new entry in the Wars series. A back-to-basics approach like Advance Wars on the GBA would make for a great starting point, and this could really work as a new and refreshed series for the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo could bring online to the game in a big way, and it's already proven as a series that would work great on a handheld. Nothing really has been seen about the Advance Wars series since 2008, so this long dormant franchise is ripe for a new entry on the Switch. Sadly, I don't think many of my wishes will come true at this year's E3, but please let me know what you think in the comments below. Are these some nice ideas? Or perhaps they've not been made because they just wouldn't work for some reason that you can see more clearly than myself? And if you could create your own dream E3 lineup, what games would it include? Thank you for watching the latest episode of The Gamer's Garden. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and until the next time, happy gaming.